live in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Bilo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. It's still weird for me to do that. Kaizer Chiefs have done it. We've known it for weeks and weeks and weeks, but it's finally official. Nasreddine Nabi will be the coach of Kaizer Chiefs. And there are twists in this thing because then late last night, Kaizer Chiefs fans were having minor heart attacks because there were reports that Fernando da Cruz was wanted in Morocco. And there were even talks that he was in Morocco, but that's not necessarily the truth. What had happened is he was actually wanted in Morocco. It's just that he wasn't going to Morocco. It's like that thing of wanted somewhere, but you're staying where you are, right? Because he had just signed a contract with Chiefs, so he wasn't just going to stand up and say, hey, I'm wanted in Morocco now. I'm going to Morocco. That's not the case. He was wanted in Morocco, but he didn't go to Morocco, Fernando da Cruz. So he's staying put that one, so do not panic about that. That is not happening. But I just want us to actually, now that this thing is official, I want us to just talk about this and I want to hear the feeling from you guys and the expectations and everything that you might have regarding this coach. And I will be going to the chat right now on my phone so that I can read the comments from you guys as well. As you are joining, just say hello, what's up, and let me know how you feel about this whole thing. Because you know, Chiefs, they knew Guti. They have been posting stuff about the new coach, and they've been posting things, right, and saying, here are the players going to take here and all of that stuff. But there's never been like we have a new coach. They've been hiding that thing, which I always find weird because I mean we know, and things like this to avoid certain speculations like Ugutu da Cruz is now going to Morocco, which we know is not happening. But a lot of people were just panicking like, oh my God, da Cruz is leaving. But he's not, right? He was wanted. It's like someone saying, oh, your girlfriend is wanted by that guy who drives a Polo. And you're like, oh no, my girlfriend is going to the guy who has a Polo. No, there might be an interest from that person, but that does not necessarily mean the girl is going there, because obviously da Cruz is committed to the project, Kaizer Chiefs. And as fans, we know already that he's been here in SA. We know that he works with Chiefs. He wants to be in the project at Chiefs. And I think da Cruz is that type of a coach who doesn't mind to just work alongside Nasreddine Nabi. So that's interesting. Please like the video, and I will just be reading your comments in a second. And another thing that made or interested me is the fact that I just made a video for this goal. By the way, I'm in partnership with goal now, so yeah, shout out to your boy. So what is happening now is that last season Chiefs wanted Nasreddine Nabi. He wanted two last season. He wanted two people to add two people to his technical team. It was gonna be him and two other people. Chiefs were like, nah. And then this season, Johnson forced their hand basically by finishing 10th. And because of that, then Chiefs gave him everything he wanted. Now the staff of Nasreddine Nabi, I'm going to count. Here's a goalkeeper coach who seems to be the one who's closest to Nabi because also they are from the same part of the world. And also seems like he also translates for him. I did not know that Nabi can speak English. I think he can speak English. I think maybe it's not as good as the goalkeeper coach's one. We will see though, but I read somewhere that he will double as his translator. So there is him, Muzuki, the goalkeeper coach. There is da Cruz, the first assistant coach. The second assistant coach arrived with Nabi in Turkey. There is an analyst, and last but not least, there is a fitness trainer. And all of these people are playing a pivotal role. Da Cruz was here with the club already with the young players. And you know what I like? There is a player there. There is a 19-year-old who's with the senior team currently, right now. I forget his surname. He's Nigerian. His surname is... I can't say it. Anyways, and da Cruz is good with working with youngsters. So we have other players like Abumtu Shabalala. we have Abo Samgelo Zwane, we have Abo Mfundo Vilakazi. Young players who Da Cruz will work with very well. Check, right? You have fitness coach. And I saw an interview with Brendan Peterson today. He was talking about how in the 3 weeks that he's been with the new coaches, it was so tough because usually the way they did it with the previous goalkeeper coach and fitness coaches, it wasn't as intense as it was with these ones, which already tells you that we are working. There are things that are being done that were not being done in the previous regime. Check, fitness-wise. And the fact that you have not just one assistant coach, but two. But I want to highlight the thing of Nabi again. I mean, of Da Cruz. Nabi is a good coach. No, we know that. But having a good assistant coach also means if the coach is not doing well, which is something we've been complaining about, if plan A is not working for the coach and you have a Da Cruz who was trusted by Nabi to come and train the players, then that means if the plan A of the main coach is not working, the second assistant and the first assistant can always come up with plan B. Because what we saw a lot under Ukavin Johnson, when plan A wasn't working, you didn't see what Shepard was doing. It was like, okay, guys, what do you think is happening now? Nothing. But now I don't only have confidence in the first main coach, which is Nasreddine Nabi, but I also have confidence in the assistant coach. So that's just refreshing. And let me start reading your comments. Utemba is saying Danko, and then Karabo is saying hello Mpilo, awe Unikwa TV saying Wola Khosi Nation, good to have you back. Danko, Utemba Winkel is waving Takalani. Elvis is saying I'm very happy with the new coach. Let's just give him time. We're going to go and talk about that in a second in Dabayeskati because it's also just as important as everything. In fact, let me keep you occupied. I will ask you this question. How long do you give Nabi to win a cup? I will have 1 season here. 1 season. I will have 2 seasons. And I will add 3 seasons. I've added a poll that you can vote. So I'm reading your comments as well, so get them down there. You can also become a member while we're here. Just click on the link that's on the description and get priority reply to your comments. Utalingebo all the way from Canada. Nkosi Vumile is saying Khosi Nation. James Lela is saying I'm proud and happy that at least our management has gone for experienced technical staff. Ukrai Maila is saying I expect new striker because we need it. Chiva don't have competition. Competition he doesn't have much, but there's Utuba, there's Utupri, depending on how Nabi will look to set up. But I do get you. We need at least one more striker for competition, because once you have competition, you're always going to get the best out of your team, obviously. So I agree with you. Temba Winkel is saying, did you see that Yanga will play Chiefs in the Toyota Cup? Do you think Chiefs will win? Toyota Cup, yeah. It's just a friendly. I get it. They are trying to get fans excited, because if you're playing for something, then it's like, yeah, we win something. But we all know that cup doesn't count. And yes, I would want Chiefs to win, right? Because that will be the first game that Chiefs will play officially. And I think with the Toyota Cup thing on the side, I think that it will help the relationship between Chiefs and Yanga, and players like Abu Aziz, the Chiefs can go get from Yanga if in case we see that we can afford him. So that's a good thing. I just going to say, yeah. Utemba is saying, oh yeah, I think they might win depending on how the team is set up. Atakalan is saying, for the first time I'm watching you live from Naturena. I'm not in Naturena. Urendan is saying, when I heard that Da Cruz was in Morocco, I said to myself that it seems like technical team had a lot of problems. First it was Nabi coming late. I don't think Da Cruz was ever in Morocco. I won't lie to you. I don't think he was late. Even if he had flown with a private jet. I mean, Nabi to even go for Nabi to go to Turkey, he had to fly to Brussels first and then fly to Turkey. It seems like there's no direct flight from Morocco to Turkey. I can check that, but it seems like you first go to Belgium and then, so I have my doubts there. I have my doubts. Umlondi saying hi Mpilo, watching from East London. Ever since Chiefs went to Turkey now, Bajima Eshatini, we don't need the field. Yeah, and I like the fact that I saw Uti Unabi when they were training, like running in like Emahlatini and in those dark forests. It seemed like he was running with them, which is a statement to say, listen, we are working here, brother. We are working here. There are no jokes. Generally, everyone is just working hard. Ulin Lang, I saying I'm Pilo, watching from East London. Guys, yeah, I need to know everyone now from every province. Because I think the game here Chiefs is on the 28th. The one Toyota Cup in Bloemfontein. I've not been to 3 provinces, Northern Cape, Northwest, and Bloemfontein. And I think I'll be going to Bloemfontein to watch the Toyota Cup. I need to know someone from Bloemfontein so that the life can be easier there when I go to Bloemfontein. Because I work on Monday. And flying to Bloemfontein is expensive. So I'll have to get in by bus. So that's exciting. That's another thing that's exciting. Guti, the Toyota Cup will be in Bloemfontein. So I'll be going to Free State for the first time in my life and seeing and experiencing the atmosphere live in that stadium. So it would be great. The great things are just ahead. If you are in Bloemfontein, by the way, and you'll be going to the Toyota Cup, go to Instagram, Khosi Nation Fan TV, inbox and tell me what you are there, because I want to know people from everywhere. Dogozo Mhlongo saying, oh, Lampilo, like a video, please like the video, please like the video. Is saying, oh, Lampilo, and then Ulin is saying, oh, saying Fundilegalin. Unikwa is saying, personally, I think Nabi will really elevate the team, given his given freedom to sign quality players. I hope our team will break the bank for necessary players. Hopefully, because Chiefs is Chiefs. No, Yazi, I was saying that one thing that I've liked is that, well, not really liked, but that Calvin Johnson did for Kaizer Chiefs, that I'm grateful for, is how bad he was, right? Because the manner in which Calvin Johnson handled himself when he was at Chiefs, he made it so hard for Chiefs to ever be stingy. He made it so hard for Kaizer Chiefs to ever take a shortcut, because by making the team so horrible, they were like, oh my goodness, we cannot see a team looking like that ever again. So they made necessary decisions. So for me, it's then difficult to think Chiefs is Chiefs, right? Because at this point, I don't think the Chiefs could really fumble this anymore, right? Utemba Winkel says, I think he understands. Uspeni, the manager, is saying, I hear Jessica saying Kone is still part of the team. I think they will give him position in the team. No, Vele, they want to give him position in the team. What was I eating? Muesli. He's saying, I think they will give him a position in the team. Yeah, they will. That's what is happening. Chiefs are offering Kone a contract to be part of the team, not part of the squad, the playing squad. They want him to be part of Kaizer Chiefs still, just not the playing team. So that's what's happening. Umpumelelo is saying, what happens if Nabi loses his first 5 games, guys? Let's be patient with the coach this time around. Our rivals are already anticipating anarchy from us if things don't go well, win or lose. Yeah, that's a very valid point, ne? That's a very valid point, because I'm looking at your votes right now. 102 votes. 40% of you are saying 1 season. 47% of you are saying 2 seasons, and then 12% is saying 3 seasons. So most of you think between 2 seasons and 1 season. It's interesting. Yeah, I think in Abayoguti, Chiefs must get a new coach. I think not a new coach, but be patient. I don't think it would be that bad though. Losing the first 5 games, but even if it did, Uguti Vele fans are not stable, so they would. I think if anything like that happened, God forbid, if indeed something that horrible happened, Uguti Nabi loses his first 5 games, what will happen is that people will start reminding us that, hey, he fumbled the league on the last day or the day before the game before the last one of the season. They will start bringing up, he also lost the cup to Ufadlu Davids, Nozenbawa. Yabo, those things will start coming up, obviously. We know this. Those things will come up and people will start reminding us of these things, and then some fans who are weak, obviously, will say, yeah, this one does not understand our culture. We know this thing will happen. I think the problem, and I've been reading and looking around on Twitter, and I see with most people are for Nabi being appointed. I think that's where the big issue is, ne? I think that is where the big issue is. Uguti, in previous seasons, we had like Zwane being appointed, ne? And out of, let's say, 10 fans of Kaizer Chiefs, you would have like 4 or 5 saying, yes, we want Zwane. And then you have 5 saying, no, we don't want Zwane. In fact, it's not even like that. You would have like 4 out of the 10 saying, 40% saying, yes, Zwane is a good appointment. You'd have 40% saying, no, he's not a good appointment. And then you have 20% in the middle. So when Zwane wins, they're like, oh, he's a good coach. When he loses, they're like, you see. But right now with Nabi, it seems like 90% of the fans are like, good job, we should have appointed to Nabi. In fact, it feels like 95%. So even if it does start losing or loses the first 5 games, people will be like, ish, what is happening now? You know, so doubts may start to creep in, but there isn't like a group that is outright opposing the appointment of Nabi, if you get what I'm saying. So I think there will also be his saving grace that a lot of people want him to be hired and they understand the damage that Chiefs has had to endure before he came in. So they know that he's fixing a lot of things, but with the coaches that were before, the fan base was already divided. So it wasn't an easy thing to just stick with the coach the moment he started having bad results. Next comment is people saying, yeah, 3 years forever, Khosi. Unat is saying, I'm so happy with this. I see an exciting season for us. We're definitely building. We're definitely going to be better. I can see it. I can feel it. Ubongani Ngonyo is saying, Bafethu intoni lengizwa ngoDa Cruz ngabe yinyani. I said this earlier on in the video. Da Cruz is not going anywhere. He's wanted in Morocco, but that does not mean he's going to Morocco, right? Some people want your girlfriends or your wives, but that does not mean they will get them. So it's the same thing with Da Cruz. He's committed to Chiefs, and it would be crazy because even if he wanted to leave Chiefs, he's under contract. Even if he himself wanted to do it, I'm not saying he wants to, but I'm saying if he wanted to, he's still under contract. So they will have to pay a lot of money because there would be an inconvenience to Chiefs. So he's not going to go anywhere. Umpumelelo is saying, I want to see an improvement in his first season. I'm not fussy about trophies right now. Nyaguzwa mina, you are clear. Nikwa TV is saying, if I was Nabi, I would go for a domestic cup to buy myself time to prepare the club for the league because leagues require consistency, and on the first season to win a league would just be world class. Fact. And you know what's happening there in Marabastad? They are helping us. They are making things a bit easier for Chiefs, but then they've also made it a bit easier for them by bringing back Steve Compella. So the Pirates now, they're not getting any weaker. Stellenbosch making good signings. So the league is not going to be easier just because we signed a coach, because other teams are also strengthening things. But I do get what you're saying. Getting a domestic cup might help buy him time because there are people who want a league. I do not understand people. Like I genuinely don't understand people who are expecting Nabi to win the league. I mean, it's his first season. Leagues, as you are just saying, leagues require a lot of consistency. There are coaches who win cups, but it's difficult for them to win leagues because a league requires you to be consistent over 30 games, but a cup requires you to win like 4 or 5 games in a row. Some of them you can even go to penalties and win those games. But a league, you must be consistent for 30 games. Mind you, this coach is new to the club. He still needs to fix and find the right combinations. He just arrived in a team like 2 weeks after they started training. So as much as Uta Cruz was there observing what is happening, but even if Nabi was there with the team from the beginning of the preseason, expecting him to win the league in his first season for a team that finished 10th in the previous one, I think that would be very unrealistic for Kaizer Chiefs fans to even expect such a thing to happen. So let's not expect the league, guys. Let's be more reasonable and just expect improvement, because there will be a lot. If Chiefs finishes the season maybe second or third and maybe they go deep in a competition, I would love to win a cup. But if we don't, but I see that the playing style is much better, I'm not going to be moaning about it. I'm just going to say, yes, I would have loved a cup, but the improvement between what Johnson left to what Nabi hopefully will achieve, it should be clear as day and night. Ukangzila is saying, something tells me he will aim to win Nedbank Cup so we can qualify for CAF Confederations Cup. That's not a bad aim either. That's not a bad aim, and it's a doable thing. UCR7 Kambole is saying, we need some new faces at the camp, and they are. Ausana Lepen is saying, Pilo Bafo, thanks for the update. That young lad from TDC is Mangoba Ozimani. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I like the fact that his name is Mangoba, but his surname is Ozimani. I think it's one of those, maybe the mother is South African and the father is Nigerian, because that's what they said. They said that that's a Nigerian surname. So it's good, and he's trusted. Funny enough, Utati, the young midfielder, did not travel with the team. So I guess Uta Cruz looked at him and was like, nah, boy, and then decided on Ozimani. So we're going to see. Umulebat is saying, please give Nabi chance, I guess. Mandla is saying, Mandla is saying, let's give him 10 games. 10 games! Hi guys, I thought we were giving him a whole 2 seasons. 10 games. Uzuko is saying, what's going on about Fiston Maele? I would be lying. I know nothing, brother. Urenan is saying, is it true that Chiefs are playing a friendly on Friday? I don't know. I haven't seen that. And also, if they were, they would try and hide that, because, you know, Chiefs are very, very secretive. Usinovuyo is saying, I was panicking too, Mpilo. Is Chiefs gonna sign players? The team is on tour for preseason already. Yeah, the only signing that they took with is Ubongani Sam, yeah, the left back. So they do have a new signing in that preseason camp. So that's something. Let me find some comments from our members, then I go back to other comments. By the way, by becoming a member, you get priority reply to your comments. Auluvuyo is saying, Nabi should improve the team and finish at least in second or third position. Then the following season, he should target the league. This coming season, a cup competition should be his target. Nyaguzwa. Let me go back to the comments on top here. Ubong Musa is saying, Bafeto, I believe in Gulomfana Wawaduba. The way he controlled the ball and Ama runs wake uyakwazi ukuba on point. He's young, but he's going far. And the technical team, the new technical team, I think they should really utilize this boy, because wow, Utuba Mnandi. Utuba, I was surprised ukuthi even Atazwane did not use him as much as I thought he would. But if I look at him, like for a boy with such a small body, about Utupri when he gets the ball, most likely Utupri when he receives the ball, Ashley, he wants to get the ball, you know, here, on a move. Like he's never receiving the ball like this. If he does receive the ball like this, Ashley Dupree, they body him. But Utuba is so smart, he can receive the ball and protect it. Like, he can face the ball, receive it. It's not always about Asam. Because Utupri, when he gets the ball, Asam. He makes right movements, but for a number 9, sometimes you need someone who's just gonna, and you don't need someone to be big to do that sometimes. Sometimes you just need, most of the times, you just need intelligence. And I think that Utuba has that in buckets. Undu Ayanda is saying, Impilo, people are confused when they didn't see Da Cruz, but on other pictures, it shows him he was running behind the players. Forget that, cause I think Mina, what I will say is, don't stress yourself in Da Cruz, because whether you see him on the pictures, him, if he was to leave Chiefs, it would be a very complicated process. Imagine you just signed a 3-year contract with a team. That means if any team wants to get him from Chiefs, as they want him right now, they would have to pay millions. Chiefs signed Nabi from eSport, right? They signed Nabi from eSport and they paid 1.1 million. You understand? They paid 1.1 million for a coach who had already spent a whole season in the club. And I think he had signed like a 2-year contract in the club. Now, imagine a person, Uta Cruz, who has just finished a few weeks. How much money would that team have to pay him to get him away from Chiefs? He's not going anywhere. Like, you can forget that. He might be wanted, but he's not going anywhere. Trust me on that one. I'm saying trust me. And then they pay that money. I'll be sad. Okay. As I'm ending my comments. Oh, Kumandla is saying 10 games is enough for us to know if we have a good coach, a technical team and a coach. Blackstone is saying, hi, my host, I'm watching from Pumalanga, my place of birth. Nat is saying, I don't know why Chiefs want to trend on weekly basis. At least it's all good news this time. Yeah, Chiefs is smart. Yeah, only Chiefs if you trend and because what they've done, they could have just announced the whole technical team yesterday, but they are not. They are not. I don't know why they are not just announcing everyone like, here's your technical team, here's the coach. But Chiefs wants to control everything. Last night, they announced strategically, they announced Nabi because they knew today they would have to post pictures. So they had to announce him out of opening space today for a Toyota Cup. So now Toyota Cup is trending, Nabi is trending, Uta Cruz is trending. Tomorrow they are probably going to announce the coach. That other day they announce the other assistant coaches. They trend the whole week. Then next week they start announcing players one by one, and then it's the Toyota Cup that weekend. And then we come. I've said this. No one does a job better than Uchesika at Kaizer Chiefs. So that lady is very smart. They always want to trend. Khosi Fuze saying, inkomeshi siyayidinga kule season, but makungenzanga uzoxoleleka uma ubonakala umehluka wobhola esilidlalayo. Exactly. I think a lot of people will agree with you. As long as the Chiefs is showing improvement in how they play, no one is going to complain. No one is going to complain at all. Elvis is saying Ranga will play more games this season if he's injury free because our new coach prefers the tall striker. I agree. Sam is saying, Shompilo, I'm a Bucks fan, but I'm glad to see Chiefs working towards glory again. Makes the league more competitive. It does. And I think it's also true for Pirates. I saw fans going to stadiums when Pirates were playing. I'm like, this is what we want to see. I don't care who's playing. If a stadium is full, that makes me happy about South African football. UTX Christian is saying, Olampilo, I'm watching from Port Elizabeth. Wait, have they not changed the name of Port? Oh, I'm thinking of another. Thank you, Tango Test Christian. Usia Kabash is saying, with quality at Chiefs, our problem is psychological. If Nabi can work on that, 95% of his problems are solved. I think our problems are more tactical than psychological. If we can be, I think if players can trust the coach, because trust is based on is earned, right? Trust is earned. That's what they say. And as a coach, how do you earn trust, right? How do you earn trust if you're a coach? It's simple. You just show that you know what you're doing. If you can show the players that I understand what I'm doing, I am not just guessing which tactics to use. I'm not just guessing which lineup to pick today, but I know exactly what I'm doing. Then the players will trust him. And what's going to make that even more so is if they start getting results based off the tactics that the coach is employing, right? So I think that it's easy to gain the trust of the players if you clearly show that you know what you're doing. Utemba Winkel is saying, for me, Nabi should watch the Bafana game against him so that he selects some of the players and get Fist and Mile. I wonder how much money we have you guys to even talk about signing 15 mile. Aululama Mqadi is saying, Shompilo, it's my first time commenting here, my brother. I'm happy for Khosi Nation, but I wish Chiefs to get Aziz Key. Hey, Aziz, it will be too expensive. I'll be surprised if that happened. I would be really surprised if Chiefs could afford that. Autaba is saying, I'm watching from Lesotho. Welcome. Muntwale, Gwenyi country. Olampilo, I'm watching from Police. I've watched that one. But let me read this comment. Black.Mzansin is saying, let's give the coach time to gel with the team and mustn't compare the style of play to other teams are playing. Players will give their best because everyone will be fighting for an opportunity. I agree. Utam is saying, I think the new technical team should work with the core of the squad and add value to concerning areas. He needs to be given a season to improve the team and more expectation in the current season. Agreed. Lula is saying, Shompilo. Oh, I read that one. UTR is saying Nabi might win one cup. I don't see him winning the league. Now, Vele asking for a league would be too much. Né? Asking for a league would be too much. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited about the future of Kaizer Chiefs. I hope you are also excited. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, go check out my other channel, The Cutback with Umpilo, and enjoy the content that I'm putting out there, especially for you guys who are not Kaizer Chiefs fans, because what I'm trying to do here is, I'm a nice person. A lot of people told me, Uguti, they were watching my content, but they were not even Kaizer Chiefs fans. So I thought to myself, hey, let me create another channel where I'm going to basically, basically cater for everyone else who's not a Kaizer Chiefs fan. But since this thing is also concerning the DStv Premiership, I think as you guys are mostly fans of the league or fans of South African football, I think that it makes a lot of sense to also go check out the channel. So I'm pasting the link here now in the end. So please go check that out. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember, equals at Pelumoy.